Well, here's a topic that definitely won't get approved for an article, so video it is. And I hope people don't take this as a personal attack. If anything, I don't want to say attacking, but I'm going after a group of people or of certain behavior than just any individual person. You will know probably immediately by the title whether you're in this group or not. And if you are, I hope you listen to me and hear me out. And if you are not, listen anyway. You can agree with me and I can preach to the choir. I don't know. But I want to talk about the entitlement of MCU fans as of late because it's really not sitting well with me. And this is really a phase 4 thing. I think before phase 4, people just went into movies kind of expecting things, like just expecting them to like exactly what it is on the tin. It's a movie about, it's Ant-Man, it's a movie about Ant-Man. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a movie about Guardians of the Galaxy. If anything, the only really entitlement I saw was during the Avengers movies, I think, and maybe not even entitlement, just like high expectations because it's a group movie. They're all coming together. It's supposed to be a bigger event, so that makes sense. But like with Phase 4, we're seeing with like a lot of projects, um, it's like okay, so like WandaVision, for example, right? WandaVision was the first project of Phase 4, and people came out of the gate swinging with the theories and basically demands. There was like, if Mephisto, Doctor Strange don't show up and the multiverse doesn't open, this show's a failure. That was kind of the mindset in a lot of fan communities and for Marvel, and it's just like that's a, the thing is for like the solo projects and stuff, especially like I think people need to realize it's going to be what it says in the tin, and anything else is a bonus. Like you're going into this for the characters. That's what the show is about. It's not about cameos. It's not about big. It's not always about bigger universe implications. And this is what I was getting at a couple videos ago when I talked about how the conversation surrounding these movies and shows is driven by cameos and Easter eggs nowadays, rather than like character and plot and stuff. It's like, nope, we gotta like see what's next. We gotta tease what's next. We gotta have these big appearances. We gotta have these 5-second appearances or the movie's bad. Um, like imagine saying Spider-Man No Way Home would have been bad if Charlie Cox hadn't shown up for like 30 seconds he showed up. Sorry for spoiling No Way Home if you haven't seen it. But yeah, like that is kind of the equivalent of some of the demands I'm seeing, and it's really frustrating and it's making me upset, and it's like making me. This is what I mean by like kind of worrying about my writing. I was saying a couple days ago because I'm worried that if I don't cave into this or write about this kind of stuff or like make these demands or like judge based on these demands, I'm doing it wrong now. So I hope that explains it more. Speaking of demands, I think the, the the vibes surrounding post-credit scenes and people's expectations for them, they've grown a lot and they've kind of gotten out of control. Like I see theories on like the Marvel Studios spoiler subreddit. It's like, okay, so what's the post-credit scene for this movie gonna be? Like there's like whole things going on, like what's the post-credit scene gonna be? Sometimes more than the movie itself, which yeah, like post-credit scenes are supposed to be, I don't want to say a bonus because there is the expectation they're going to be in every movie except for Endgame, of course, but they're going to be there, so we know they're going to be there. Like the expectation should be, yes, there's going to be a post-credit scene, but you're not like whatever's in it is in it. That's the bonus scene. If you want to sit there and see what it's going to be, you did that yourself. And I was just thinking, like in the old days, there sometimes would be joke post-credit scenes, like the Iron Man 3 one, where it's Tony's monologue, he's talking to Bruce Banner, and you find that out in the post-credit scene. They could not do that now. Imagine if they did that now. Like people would be like rioting. Like even with Hawkeye. So Hawkeye's post-credit scene was the full-length scene from Rogers the Musical from the first episode, and people were so mad. Like people were legitimately upset. It's like, why didn't you tease anything? It's like, well, this is the last project of the year. It's just a nice way to wrap this up. This wasn't that kind of show in the first place. I know we got Kingpin, but this wasn't that kind of show. It's just like a feel-good show. It's you know, it's gonna be what it is sometimes. Sometimes we can't have fun. And like I was listening to this podcast the other day, and some of the hosts were like, okay, so we can have a funny scene, but we have to have a tease as well. We have to have the two post-credit scene. You can do a little funny bit, but you have to do a tease. And like that shouldn't be the expectation. Like this is kind of, they shouldn't be catering to fan demands just because they want these teases or whatever all the time. Like sometimes we can just have fun, I think. And sometimes same with like the projects themselves. Like WandaVision was just like this self-contained kind of story, and we're gonna get it continued in Doctor Strange, which is a movie I'm really concerned about with the demands and expectations for the cameos and such. Like I think I mentioned that before. But it was this self-contained thing, and like people really liked it for being this self-contained thing in the end. Like the general audience did. Like some people demanding Al Pacino as Mephisto, I don't know. But yeah, it's just really frustrating to me. And another thing that's been bothering me, and I know I get this is disappointing, but people are like acting like the sky is falling when it happens, is whenever a project gets delayed now and we end up with less projects in a year, like one less project in a year, that doesn't really mean a lot anymore. Because like we used to have like sometimes one or two or three movies a year, and that's what it was, and we got 3 projects a year, and it was fine, and people were happy with that. It felt like a lot. And now last year we had 9, and so it's like if we don't have 9 projects every year, now the sky's falling. Like Secret Invasion getting delayed to 2023, which is probably happening. Yeah, people are gonna flip out because I don't think everyone's realized that yet. And just like if Black Panther 2 gets delayed, oh my gosh, only 2 movies, the sky is falling, you know. This was a rambly video, ranty. It just makes me frustrated, and I just want people to like enjoy this stuff for what it is. Talk about the story we have right now. Everything seems to be about like, okay, how are they setting up for the future? How are we gonna get more? We want more, 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 more. And I realize Marvel has kind of conditioned people for that by putting out so many projects a year and like doing the teases. But yeah, they've kind of, I don't know who to blame more, the fans or Marvel themselves. Like, I want to say the fans because it feels like a treat sometimes, things coming from Marvel. But yeah, like it feels like we can't just have fun anymore. It's just about, okay, what's the next part of the story? Let's go, 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 go. And with so many projects, I understood when it was maybe 2 or 3, but because we wanted to have like that next thing because we only got it a few times a year. But when there's so many projects now, it's like we can have just some fun ones sometimes and not huge implications and huge teases, and just enjoy things for what they are. So that's been bothering me lately. I'm sorry, I'm not really I keep pausing in weird places, I know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this, because I'm sure some people are driven as nuts as I am.